World's biggest online search engine and nearly everyone's go-to place for answers, Google says the year 2019 was all about heroes and sheroes, following its analysis of the most asked questions across the globe. We'll now quickly go through the Google Year in Search, which is a compilation of the top searches, personalities, events, and search queries that had a spike in traffic over the last 12 months. Like in past years, Africa's top searches hardly feature in global lists, likely because the internet penetration rate across the continent is still low compared to the rest of the world. A report by the International Telecommunications Union released last month revealed that 71% of sub-Saharan Africa's population is offline, which is the highest number of people without access to internet connection. Now, the African countries featured on Google's much-anticipated trends list for this year include Egypt, Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa. Data from Ghana, Senegal, Uganda, and Zimbabwe, which have been previously featured, is unavailable for this year, according to Google. In Egypt, the Electoral Commission, the African Cup of Nations, Thanos, and Muhammad Ali were among the top 10 searches. Kenyans, on the other hand, wanted to know how to apply for a passport and how to get pregnant, among other how-to searches. The Ethiopian Airlines crash in March and the Sudan anti-Bashir protests or revolution were also among the trending searches in the East African nations. Nigerians searched about the Nations Cup, the Women's World Cup, the February elections, the xenophobia protests in South Africa, and the Big Brother reality show, among others. They also wanted to know how to make a goosey and how to ask a girl out. South Africa, which has the continent's richest trends list, depicts a healthy mix of politics, sports, and musical content, in addition to both local and internationally relevant Google search queries. The list features the Rugby World Cup, the Cricket World Cup, the Nations Cup, election results, and politicians like England's Boris Johnson, Zimbabwe's Nelson Chamisa, and the country's own President Cyril Ramaphosa. Now, South Africans also wanted to know why cornflakes were invented and what bosasa, media, and teenage pregnancy are. We'll now watch a video of Google's Year in Search, which features Kenya's record-breaking athlete Eliud Kipchoge, South Africa's Rugby World Cup winning team, and Guinea-Bissau's athlete Brahima Dabo, who helped an exhausted competitor across the 5,000 meters finish line.
Heroes arriving in the Abaco Islands.
5 young boys create a rescue trampoline.
The first to run a marathon in under 2 hours.
We have seen what we thought was unseeable.
A relay of dogs will lead blind runner Tom Panic across the finish line.
Nicolas Mahut lost in the French Open, but then his 7-year-old son ran onto the court to give his dad a big hug.
Her and her sister have been heroes for many little girls out there.
I will think my amazing mom. She's my hero.
Exactly what I was thinking.
When you are free to be you, it is the best feeling in the world.
He's the Sully Sullenberger of pizza.
My family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans.
We know deep down what's right and what's needed.
I'm gonna fight this.
Who says I can't? Nobody! Here it comes. Never been done in competition.
The category is love, y'all, love!
Use your heart, your courage and vision to fix, to heal, to empathize, to connect. Because living life for something bigger than yourself is a hero's journey.
And that's 2019 for you, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to share your own heroes and sheroes and perhaps tell us what you asked Google this year. Do it on our Facebook and Twitter pages at Africanews, and you can always find more news on www.africanews.com.